Hey, hey. Hey, Susanna, David, Tiger, how y'all doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
We're doing fantastic. How else would we be doing?
Right.
You're doing so much better, Peach. Thank you.
I'm glad to hear I'm doing all right. Not too much to complain on today other than the heat. We have one in chat, and I'm guessing that's David. Hi,
It
David.
is.
Yes, it's me. I see another person.
He
They're
has a
just not.
split personality. He wants to be on the panel and in the chat.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
that way I can
No,
monitor the bots so we don't get any more weird bots.
right.
Right?
And oh, Tiger punching buttons again. Welcome to Wednesday Preparedness. Oh, uh, um, Susanna and David and Tiger all come up with me today, and I am very, very grateful because I feel weird when I'm up here by myself. Tiger, you muted, hun. Can't hear you.
So it says there's 3 more people.
You're
in this.
still muted. Yeah, mine's probably lagging behind. Hey, everybody.
Hello, everyone. I can't see anything.
Yeah. Oh, this heat is killing me.
Yeah, it's hot here in Florida too. I
Can
had to
you
go
hear
to.
me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
All right. I don't know what the hell happened last time.
Yeah, I looked up and I seen you was just a talking. I was like, I can't hear you, Tiger.
All
I'm
right.
sitting here.
Don't ask me.
I was sitting here trying to do sign language, and then I was like, Wendy, you idiot, your camera's off. She can't see
Yeah, I
you.
can't see you, so sign language does me no good.
Right?
All right. Yay.
Lord.
But
How
it's
hot
hot.
is it up? Go ahead, David.
It's hot here in Florida. I had to go to physical therapy, and it's like you can't breathe. That's how hot it is.
Yeah. It's slowly but surely getting that way here. Even
I
at
can't
night.
complain. It's been gorgeous here since, I don't know, for a week now. Must have something to do with torrential rainpours.
How is it up your way, Susanna?
It's pretty good right now. I mean, it was in the high 80s for a while, and then it decided to snow that
Oh my God.
yeah, and then it took a deep dive, and then now it's just going right back up, again. So, that's Colorado for you.
Right?
Yeah, I almost moved there one time. I'm glad I rethought that.
We almost moved to Canada. That was our first choice, but it was too
You wanted
expensive
to
for
move to
everything.
Canada?
Yeah, we were gonna move to Canada.
Mm,
See, I never thought about that, but I did when my children were younger. I almost moved to Colorado. It was like pretty iffy. I let my
when
family
I,
talk me out of it because my mom and dad are like, no, 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 you don't want to take the girls out there. You'll be all by yourself, and blah, blah, blah. And so I
I,
didn't.
yeah, I think that happens when you're with family and they're used to you and you're used to them and they don't want you to leave and
Right. Well, and it was just me. Like their dad wasn't in the picture anymore. So, and I'm glad my daughters had that whole, it takes a village thing going on.
Mhm.
But
yeah,
I think if more kids had that nowadays, we wouldn't have all the shit going on that we got.
absolutely.
If
Absolutely.
the dude down at the corner grocery store could whoop your kid's ass because he caught him stealing something, that might change a few things.
Right?
But
That's like, I didn't realize till today how many people was actually killed in Texas.
it was
Oh,
like
yeah, there were
22,
quite a
right?
Hey, Heroic, how are you?
Hi, Heroic. Was it 22, Peach, or
19 kids and
two
I want to say
teachers?
it was, yeah, 2 teachers.
Okay, 21. I thought I saw 22, but it's okay. 21.
What they might have been including the shooter in the 22.
Oh, that might be it. Yeah. You know what, though? Okay, here's my thing.
It's all good, Heroic. I
I'm not
understand.
begrudging anything that happened to any of them people. I promise you that. Like, that was a horrible thing that happened. Isn't it funny that it happened right now?
Yes.
And isn't it funny that the shooter is dead and nobody can question him?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
I
like
think
they fact. Go ahead, David.
I think it's funny how the baby food shortage was happening, and then they used the Johnny Depp trial to distract people from that, and
Right.
now they're using this shooting to distract people from Johnny Depp.
Yeah. But not only that, but that's like today. I want to say it was in Virginia, but don't quote me on that. They found a kid with a rifle at a school. You know?
I just
And
find it funny that all this stuff is popping up like that, like that. Like,
mhm.
when does it ever come off this strong? Like,
I
this
think
much,
I think
you
one day
know?
we're all gonna
Every
wake up.
time there's elections.
Yes,
Exactly,
ma'am.
Susanna.
I
That's
think
what
one day
I'm
we're gonna
saying.
wake up, and there's gonna be something huge that happens, like a fake alien invasion or something.
My
And
thing is, they're losing on so many fronts right now. Like, Biden's talking about how he's done all this wonderful stuff, but no, dude, you have not. Anything that is good that's come out of your stuff is because it's carryover from Trump. And I'm not saying Trump is a savior. I'm saying it's a carryover from that administration. And so what do you do whenever you're everywhere you look, you just are the biggest loser that ever faced the planet. Oh, you have to
right.
get some distractions going on.
Damn, Heroic. He said, wait, here in New Jersey, kid in Lakewood came to the bus stop pointing a gun at the driver. Yeah, Heroic, if you want to, send that to me in email if you want
Yeah.
to. I appreciate it. That and the kid's in custody.
And honestly, why wouldn't these kids think they can do that? Oh, yeah, because we haven't corrected a child in forever. Because you might lose your child.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, let them do whatever they want because, no, you can't spank them.
Heroic at sweet Georgia Peach 0079 at gmail.com. It's in my about section as well. You threw me for a loop there because you changed your picture, and I was like, wait a minute. But yeah, I honestly believe that, some of it does stem from the fact that we're quote unquote no longer able to discipline our kids.
Right.
But I also think there's underlying elements to it as well.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. How does all this stuff just pop off right now? Like when they need it to.
Right.
Oh, and hey, let's take away the 2A. Try. I wish they would try.
Absolutely.
Because I got news for them. In the past 3 years, A hell of a lot of Democrats have guns now too.
Mm-hmm.
See how willing they are.
Hmm. But that's why
All
it's
them
hard for
Karens
them to
going to
do
be
what
out there in the middle of the street bitching a fit.
yeah, that's why it's hard for them to do what they're trying to do in the ways that they're doing it though. That's why it's taken so long because they have them as well. No, I'm not Republican and I'm not Democrat.
Oh, I'm not either.
I've always been independent.
Me too. I'm independent too.
I vote whoever I
I
think is
can't say
the worst
that.
of the two evils. And that's
Right.
the way
I'll
I'm
be right
putting it
back.
because lately
Okay,
it's the worst of the two evils.
right. Mm, yeah, pretty much that's how it goes. Even if
See,
you
I
don't
used to
realize it
think,
right away.
right. And I used to think when I was growing up and everything, like, I voted the first time I could after I turned 18.
Me
I
too.
promise you. I was proud to vote.
I've been
But
voting since I turned 18.
good for you because you know what?
Same.
Most people don't vote anymore.
Mm-mm.
But
My my oldest daughter don't vote. She says, "What the hell is the use?"
That's what I think too, but yeah, I still do it.
you know what? Neither one of my daughters voted till this last election. And I got to give them props because Missouri did not vote Biden in.
Neither did Georgia. Just about,
But
but
right. I just
I have no clue.
when I was younger, I used to think, you know what? My life doesn't change, and even still today, really, it doesn't. In the long scheme of things, my life doesn't change no matter who's in that White House.
Right?
Although it's worse
Okay.
now that we have the guy that we have.
Yeah, I mean, for real, this past 2 years, dude, I have never seen
No clue.
anything this unreal before. Like I
I mean,
remember
I've
the
never seen a
70s.
president fall walking down the steps of his plane.
We'll do heroic
Dude,
thank
he
you.
should have fell down and broke his neck. Dennis Solis did it good. But I'm just saying, this has been a really bad 2 years. Like I've never ever seen, even in the 70s, gas prices didn't shoot up like this. Like I didn't go to bed one night and the next day it was 30 cents higher. It was bad, don't get me wrong. I remember that. But it wasn't that bad. It's just worse. And it amazes me that people don't realize, and I'm not saying the Republicans are the saviors of the world, but I'm saying every time it's a Democrat stronghold, this is the shit that goes down. Every time. Oh, guess when the last time was? Oh, that would be the 70s.
Right? You know, I'm old enough. I remember Reagan, you know, and Ford.
I liked Reagan. I hated Ford.
You know, but to me, every time that there's a blue hair in, we either wind up in a war or some kind of conflict, or the housing market takes a plunge, stock market takes a plunge, you know, and by no means am I saying Donald, you know, Mr. Donald was perfect, because he wasn't, but he done a hell of a lot better than the ones that we've had recently before him.
Yeah, and I
Oh,
think
I
that's
thought
one of the
Reagan was
biggest
an
things
amazing president.
is a lot of people think that for some reason, for some odd reason, they forget that we're all human and we're all going to have
Yeah.
mistakes that we've made. We're all good.
Amen.
Even them, you know, they've done things in their lives too, and you know that people forget that we are never going to have somebody who is perfect, completely perfect.
Well, if
there.
we do, that's because the Son of God came down on this earth and we're done fighting anyway.
Absolutely. Heroic, I'll check my email once the live stream ends. I can't check it while I'm on live. But I'll sure enough watch it and I'll share it out if you don't mind me sharing it. Because, yeah, this world's getting crazier, and it seems to me I say it on a daily basis. This world's going to hell in a handbasket. You know, and earlier today, when I was, flipping through YouTube, a book idea come to me. I'm talking about completely out of the blue. So I reckon tonight I'm going to sit down and start writing again.
Awesome.
And this time it's not going to be like the story that I share here on YouTube. You know, between my dreams that it's got where I'm back to having on a nightly basis.
Right.
And the things that I'm slowly putting together is I'll make one hell of a novel. But it'll probably never be published because I don't really let people read my work.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because the world's going to end. I'm like, that's pessimistic.
I think that's smart because of all the copyright claims that people try to claim on your own work. So I would also suggest type it offline on a separate device so you don't put online.
Yeah, make it where it's not something that people can get if they get onto your computer.
Yeah.
Maybe even like put it on a disc, an SB disc, so you can pull it out and plug it back in.
And make sure that you have some kind of encryption on that too.
Totally.
On the USB.
Yeah. So did y'all hear? We all know Squadron Chief was over in Japan, right?
No, I didn't, but that's because I don't watch the news for the most part.
The Big Bear.
Did they make sushi out of them?
Unfortunately, not.
But probably would have just poisoned people anyway.
But the Big Bear in that Asian country flew them big boom booms over him. You know, the nuclear.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I'm like, come on, guys, help us out here some. And yeah, I know I should not say that, but still.
Girl, I'm a hater. I promise you. Yeah, they should have dropped one.
Absolutely, but I don't want to see the people in Japan suffer.
Well,
right?
no, I don't want people in Japan to suffer, but I'm just saying. Could they not have just used him as the X?
Right.
But no, wait, because see, here's the whole thing. In one way, I really want him gone, but in another way, I do not want that lovely female vice president that we have.
Right. Neither do I. I think 1, 2, and 3's got to go.
And the heifer that's after her is the Speaker of the House. Hell to the no.
Right.
No.
She ain't nothing but
everybody in America wants her.
She ain't nothing but an alcoholic. See you next Tuesday.
Okay. I'm probably borderline alcoholic. But
you're
I still don't
though.
think everybody wants me.
I do. I love you, Tiger. All right. Who wants to go first? We've been sitting here running our mouth for 21 minutes.
Okay, somebody else, because I just found something I got to clean.
I feel like they should add a coin toss feature where you can have to flip a coin.
I'll go first.
All right, I'll put you on big
all I
screen.
heard was a coin toss.
Okay, this first part is gonna be pretty quick, and then I'm gonna go through some other stuff. But I kind of wanted to show this because I know there were some people who didn't believe me, but I'm going to show this right now. That is all the insulin. I take 3 times
Holy
the insulin. Yes, that is all the insulin I have, and I always go through it. I look at the expiration dates.
Is that
And-
refrigerated?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so,
Absolutely.
yes. So I really do. If you know what you need and how you function as a person, and you go and do whatever you need to do for your body, because not everything works for everyone.
Amen.
You will be able to figure out how to use and ration your stuff out. And so that when something happens and you need that, it's there. And you all saw last time, right? I do have some cases that I can put that come with the little freezer thingy that you put in there to keep your insulin. Yeah. So there's that. Okay, and so here I'll go through this real quick because I know some of you seen this already, and this is just to show again that I always because I'm diabetic, I always have to carry my glucose, always, no matter where I am, what I'm doing, what bag I'm carrying, it's there. So here's my emergency glucose as well.
Glucogen.
Yeah, glucagon. And then, my case to check my sugars and everything.
Right.
You always have to have your protein, people, and your little snacks. And I do carry some small things of candy as well, just in case. But that's very small. I don't like to take candy because it does take a toll on your body, especially if you are diabetic. Okay, now this is all the stuff that I pretty much put in this Cabela's bag over here. And so this right here, everyone knows honey, right? Honey is very versatile. It's got a lot of properties. You can use it medically in different ways. You can even put it on your wounds. It's messy, but it works.
Yeah.
So I buy the big local jars of honey, and then I put them in the small, because they sell them empty. And, I put them in the small little bears there. And then, so we all have those in our bags as well. And here's some betadine, the iodine. Yep. And this is good for so many things. And for those of you who don't know, those of you who have something like, there are a lot of people who have fungus toenail. They do. There are a lot of people who do. And all you need to do is like put 1 drop of that on it every day after your shower or whatever, after you wash your feet, that will take it away. Okay, now here's another one. Activated charcoal. and you know, activated charcoal, good for those stomach ailments and
Food
things,
poisoning.
right? I had to give some to my husband the other day, in fact, because he wasn't feeling well, and his stomach ache just would not go away. So I gave him some, and it worked.
Awesome.
But so here, okay, this right here is a little. I got this in a kit. You see, here's the top, and
Oh,
it
wow.
yeah, and it's also, see, here's the solar. It also
Okay.
works by solar power as well. But
So it makes a lantern.
yeah, it's
Girl, that's awesome.
yeah, so you can set it to do, and it's pretty bright, as you can tell, and it does,
Right.
yeah,
Hey,
it does
William.
different, yeah. So it does different things. I had actually
Window.
got it
Window.
in a kit
Sorry,
from
Sue.
Cabela's at one time on sale. It was $40, and it came with some stuff, and well, it actually came with a lot of stuff. This
Mhm.
kit was awesome. It came with this water filter,
Nice.
and it came with this whistle, and what do you call those things there? Yeah,
Clips.
and then it
Car
came with this.
banger. A
Yeah,
car banger.
and then it came with the
I
little
think.
the little still thing,
hmm
Nice.
and I put some protein in there myself. A little,
Heck yeah.
Girl, that's great. Oh my God, cashews. Those are my thing.
and then here's the little, to charge it the other way as
USB.
Right.
well.
Mm.
And so that came in there, and so there's that, and that was just one part of that kit. Um,
Mm.
That
my
is nice though.
my son actually has two other components that came with it. Um, but here is something else that did come with it. One of those crank.
Is that a radio?
Noah
Yep,
radio.
yep.
Awesome.
See, there's the
Heck
solar
yeah.
Oh
thingy.
my God, girl. Mine's solar too, but I think yours is so much more awesome.
Yeah, this all came in a kit. There are two other parts that my son has, um, that go with it, that he has in it, because I have, we all have our own separate bags with
Right.
stuff, and so we all know what this is.
Yeah.
No
Swiss
idea. What
Army.
is that? What is that? I'm not sure.
Yeah, a Swiss Army knife.
I know what that corkscrew is in it.
Mm.
But here's an example of another one. I have two of them in this same bag.
Oh, hell yeah.
And this one, just goes there. You can see it closes the opposite way, and then
Right.
there's the stuff in there. So there's
I have
that.
one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're gonna have some of the same things as preppers,
I
hmm
hope so.
and so this is awesome. Um, of course, you got to have your matches, and then you have your storm matches,
Yep.
hmm
and then you have your. You all know what this is, right? The Zippo
Yes, a
of Flint,
butane
and
torch.
hmm
yeah. So the Flint is on the bottom part, and then up here. There you go.
Yep.
Awesome. I've never seen one of those.
Yeah, and so that's the top part. It looks like a little thermos, yeah.
It
hmm
does.
And so if you're looking at, yeah, if you open the bottom part, there's the flint in there.
Plant. Yeah.
Yep. And you can get the Flint fairly cheap. I think at Walmart too, you can get it. Um, and here's just some more of these store matches here, but this is the case
Mm-hmm.
that it comes
Huh.
in. And then over here we have
Fire starter.
yeah. And these are
Those are
pretty
awesome.
cheap.
I have some of those.
Yeah, were pretty cheap. I got them on sale at Walmart actually. They were 50 cents and I grabbed a bunch of them, like a whole box of them. And then I grabbed some of these as well.
Awesome.
And this is pretty much most of this stuff is pretty light.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really bother to open this because we all know what comes in a first aid kit. But the
Right.
thing about these first aid kits is you can always customize them yourself with everything that you need and want, or you think that you all may need, where you live, whatever, you know. So we have a huge one, which I'll show another time, that has all our main stuff in it. But these ones I individualized for me and my husband, my kids and stuff. So we all have them, but they have the usual things in them, of course. All the
Mm-hmm.
usual things. You can pack a pretty big punch in those. Um, there's I even put stuff like Theraflu in there, and emergencies, and all the aspirin, ibuprofen, Tylenol. Somebody may be allergic to something, so you want to have a variety of things
Yes.
that
Absolutely.
that they can use. And I do keep a small thing of the Vicks Vapor Rub in there as well.
Girl,
And
that's the
That's some
also,
good
elixir of the
stuff.
gods right there.
not only the
Right.
allergies, your body can become, I guess, used to medicine and it not work.
Right.
It can. It's
It,
not necessarily that it becomes
it,
used to it. It becomes used to the level of it you're using.
right, right. What happens is you get, like she said, you get used to the level of it, and you would have to take more. Um,
Exactly.
and that's how you get people who take so many, and then people are like, how do you do that without something terribly bad happening to you? It's because over time, they've gotten used to doing that.
Yep.
But another whistle
Heck yeah.
type. And I've had this I thought it was so funny when I saw people started coming showing their Go Girl,
Mm-hmm.
because I had been using it for years. You know,
What is Go Girl? Am I stupid?
no, it's one of those. Find it in the camping section.
Is that the one where you can stand up and pee like a guy?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So that yeah, that's what that is.
I
And
didn't know that's what it was called.
yeah, it's awesome. But I do, hey, dollar store
Yes.
lights. I noticed a lot of people are charging more and trying to capitalize on these things. But if you had I got so many of these from the dollar store, you know, um, and put them
Oh
all,
yeah.
yeah, and put them all in our packs. This is
Mm-hmm.
just some light
Yeah, and
napkins.
those things are great low level lights when you don't want the whole world to see where you're at.
Right.
Exactly.
Um, there is in my first aid kit here. I do have a very strong light. It's a headlamp, and it's just a small one, and it only costed $1.50. And that
Oh.
thing is as bright as that thing I was showing you. just a minute ago.
Okay.
Wow.
So here's some, just some gauze.
Oh yeah, the tape.
Yeah,
Girl, that stuff is amazing. And that's good for your pets too.
right.
Mm.
And then here is, we all know what this is, right? It's a saw.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was thinking it
I
was,
have
yeah.
2 of those.
Yeah,
And they work.
yeah, they do.
We used them on our property. I was like, what the hell? I didn't
So I
think
keep
they'd really work. I'm just saying.
Right.
I do keep also some of these,
Dollar Tree.
hot and cold
Dollar
patches.
Tree.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
And then, different types of warmers.
Mhm.
Yep. I have several of those.
And then this is my life straw right here.
Yay!
Awesome.
Yeah, because we don't want you to die of dehydration after all that.
Right.
No.
And of course I have one of those silver survival blankets in my kit,
Yeah.
my
We do
first
too.
aid kit, but I also have this one.
Mhm.
And
Cool.
don't forget your ponchos, people.
Hell no.
Absolutely.
And then living where I do, again, yes, I do carry. People again don't always believe me, but here it is.
Bear spray.
The bear.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep, we
Yep.
do have the animals here. And you want to know how to protect yourself and how to use what you have. And then
Right.
wipes. I have wipes in all our kits.
Mhm.
This is,
What the hell is that?
it's a lighter.
Girl, is that
It
a
is a
fire
lighter.
starter?
Yeah. Yep, it's a lighter.
Oh my God, we got
Cute.
one that's shaped like a fishing rod.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is
Yeah.
hilarious.
So yeah, that's a lighter.
Girl, just so anybody knows, if you are gonna plan on being out in the wilderness and you don't know what you're gonna do, if you come across a bear or a bobcat or a mountain lion, you better have you some bear spray.
Okay. Yep. Or something to deter with. So you want to have some type of opener.
Yep.
Big, small, whatever you can carry, whatever, you know. Okay, now I'm coming to the last part of it. And so I want you all to know that I don't usually show the stuff that I have, but I will show you some of the stuff that I practice with. And what I practice with is similar to both types that I use. And so, of course, I practice with the real thing, but,
Right.
we all know it gets very expensive. So, yeah. This is my Beretta.
Awesome.
That is not the real thing. That is what I use because it's closely, it fits closely to with what I have. So that's what I use to practice with. And of course, some of this stuff, it does get heavy, even though it looks small. So you want to make sure you have everything as well that goes with these things that you practice with. You want to have your. I didn't take out my glasses, but you have your ear thingies, and this it's not in the box, but I thought I would tape it closed and then just kind of show you the box of
Hmm.
the larger one that I use to practice with.
Nice.
Is that showing up? I'm not sure
Yeah.
if that's even showing, but yes. So
Is
I
that
do.
like a 1022 or?
This is a 22 Ruger,
Okay, I got a 1022 and a 22, so
and
I just
yeah, and this up here is just a. I did not take that out of the packaging, but there is a sheath that goes to it in the back, and that's one of those double-sided machetes,
Hmm.
gators,
nice. Heck
and then
yeah. Girl,
and
I
then
love knives. I'm just saying.
and then recently I did buy some practice arrows for my recurve,
Hmm.
because I prefer my recurve over anything else.
Oh my God. Girl, I got a recurve.
Yeah, I think,
You
yeah, I
don't
have.
hear about them very much.
Oh, it's what I learned on. It's what I love to use.
I
It's
love my recurve. Oh my God.
yeah, I have a compound bow as well, but I don't use it as often.
I have a
Um,
compound. I've got what's the other one? Jesus.
a crossbow.
Yes, thank you. I have a
Yeah,
crossbow and I have a recurve.
yeah.
But you never ever hear anybody talk about a recurve.
Oh no,
I
I
love my recurve.
that's what I learned. That's what I learned on in camp in the 5th grade many years ago.
Oh my
And then
God.
and so that's what I've been using ever since, and I it's what I'm good at, and I love it. I prefer it over my um what did I just say?
Compound.
Yeah. But I do. I prefer it over that. I even prefer using it over the crossbow. And we do have a crossbow, but it's not mine because it's not what I prefer.
Oh
Um,
no, they're all mine, but I love my recurve. You never ever hear
right.
anybody talk about them though. Girl, you
Yeah,
and I are gonna have to talk.
right. I have a bear. It's an I've had it for about 20 years.
Girl, I don't
Um,
even know what mine is anymore. I've had it for so long. I would have to go look.
yeah, it's a 50 pound. Um, but
Yeah,
yeah.
my brother actually gave me mine, but he wouldn't let me have it until I could pull it back and hook it up, you know?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Oh my God. I'm so excited somebody else has a recurve that's not a guy.
Yeah, right. And we'll have to talk. It's awesome. I was hooked the first time I started
Oh my God, yeah, I love
using one.
mine. And they shoot. Unless you're a total imbecile, they shoot so true. I find anyway.
And so I think the only thing I really need to get are some heads for my real ones, not practice ones.
Okay,
Right.
yeah. Yeah, I get you.
I
Yeah,
have
because I
some,
shoot the practice all the time because, you can afford to lose those.
right.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I have
could.
some.
God only knows what they cost now.
Right. I have some, but I need more. Um and usually I just practice a whole lot.
Right.
So,
Me
Hmm.
I
too.
know I don't really shoot a whole lot of anything.
I've been
Um
getting the broadheads though because I mean not to practice on. Obviously, you never ever practice with a broadhead. But I've been getting them so that I have them for when I can't get them anymore,
right.
and I
Right.
And
need
so
them.
yeah. And so that's what I have today, you all. That's just so remember, I also live in a high altitude, very high, depending, especially when I'm up in the mountains, and I do feel it. I do feel feel it when I'm the differences even here in Colorado when I'm down in the city and when I'm up there in the mountains. You
Mhm.
feel that, and and that's the thing about practicing and going, hiking and things like that too, is getting used to those things that even if you have grown up and stuff like that, you will get to points in your life where you feel even yourself wearing down a bit or whatever. You still need to practice those things. You still need to find other ways to make your stuff lighter if you need to.
Mhm.
Make sure you stay dehydrated if you're in those elevations, stuff like that, because I do feel that, especially being diabetic, I feel that dehydration happening as soon as I go. I have to keep a lot of drink with me.
Right. Thank you for sharing, Susanna. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Sorry, I got a
Everybody
little
in.
excited over the fucking recurve.
No, y'all good. Y'all good. Widow's Diary and Willow Bug both said awesome, and Widow said that she had never seen one of your items before either. So,
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know which one that is, but thank you,
right,
everyone.
absolutely. Thank you, David, Tiger. Which one of y'all wants to go next?
I can
I
go
think
next.
I'm here to learn because I'm not really prepped up yet, so I don't have anything to show. So
Oh, honey, we're
Okay.
gonna teach you.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right,
And
Tiger.
not in
I'll
a
put you
bad
on
way.
full
I didn't
screen.
mean that in a bad way. Sorry.
that's fine.
No, you good.
So, okay, I'll go next. Just a minute. Let me turn my camera back on and turn it around. It takes me 5 seconds, guys, or more.
You good.
I said or more, just so you know.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Everybody knows if they've been following me for 2 seconds on anybody's stream, I live in the kitchen, or everything I have revolves around food. Because my ass is fat, I'm not going to starve to death. So, and this has to do with spotted fawn. She actually brought this up yesterday. This is
Mhm.
my country mill grain, my country living grain mill.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And if you can see it, this thing is nice. It is gorgeous. Like, if it went for my old man, I'd love it for the rest of my life. But the best thing is, do you see this right here?
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is the handle, the wheel handle. There's the handle.
Mhm.
The wheel is on it. You could hook a belt up to this and run it to a motor or to a bicycle or anything. But this, and I promise you, ladies, you will earn your arm muscles with this bitch. Because this is how you make, and there it is. See, I still got a little weed in it. That's how you make your wheat.
That is awesome.
But if you're planning for no electricity, that's your thing right there. This, my KitchenAid. I love this bitch. You don't even want to know what I had to do to get this bitch. What I had to promise my old man.
Oh.
I wanted it so bad. I finally got it. This is a grain mill that sits on top of it.
Mhm.
If you have electric. So you ain't even got to worry about this hand crank thing, which I
Mhm.
promise you, 2 minutes into that, you're done. I lost the lid to my thing. So, and that is amazing. But
Absolutely.
everybody's talking about you got to have flour, and you do. Flour only lasts so long. So
Mhm.
there's wheat berries. How you gonna crush them wheat berries to make flour?
Hey, Ron.
You can do it the old school way. Here's the old school way. I got this. Just a minute. Here we go. We didn't do that. See how long that takes you.
Ooh, that'd take forever.
Mortar and pestle.
Yep, I use this for my herbs. But I'm just saying, you got to have something that's going to get. And this ain't the only thing. I'm not telling anybody they got to spend this kind of money on something. This was something I chose to spend money on. There are other alternatives that are cheaper. It doesn't mean they're bad.
Hey, Fawn,
the only
she's
thing
showing
that's
you
bad
her
is if
grain.
you don't have it. I'm sorry, what?
I was telling Fawn that you were showing her the grinders and all.
Yeah, she's the one that gave me the inspiration for tonight.
Yep.
So, my country living. But like I think there's like a Vittorio or something like that on Facebook. And not Facebook, Amazon. Jesus Christ, what is it with me and Facebook? Like, seriously, what is it with me and Facebook? I don't
think
even get
Facebook
on Facebook
traumatized
like that. But I chose to go this route because the idiot in office chose to bless me with a few extra $1,000 that I was going to have to pay through my nose for. So I chose to get something of value with it. And that's what I got with it. But you got to know how. You got to be able to do this stuff, guys. Your flour is not going to last. Is not going to last any more than 5 or 10 years. Okay, that might be great if the world don't come to an end, but we're all like preparing for that, right? Here's something else I got. I want Monique's book, but this is what I've got. And we butcher our own animals, just so everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know how to do this stuff. How you going to survive if you can't do this stuff? So that's a butchering book. This is my favorite right here, though. This is what I wanted to show y'all. It's called the Prepared Family Cookbook. Is there a glare on that?
No.
Okay. This cookbook is amazing, only in the fact that, let me just show you something. I got some stuff marked. Let me see. I got something marked in here. Well, let's just go with this. You see where it says, can you see that?
Yeah.
3 cups of flour or whole soft wheat. That's telling you what you're storing, what you can use that you're storing.
Mm-hmm.
A cup of sugar or honey. 2/3 a cup of butter or shortening. I mean, it tells you, look at that. 2 eggs or 2 tablespoons of egg powder and 6 tablespoons of water. How you gonna know how to cook with your stores if you ain't never done it before?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's why I like that book. It's amazing. And then just for everybody who thinks they know how to cook everything, do you know how to cook on a fire?
I do. I know how to cook everything.
I knew you did. I knew
actually
you
had
did. But do most people? I mean, think about it, girl. I spent a whole summer last year learning how to cook on fire. Y'all, how you gonna cook a loaf of bread when you ain't got no gas, you ain't got no electric, you ain't got nothing but a fucking fire? And you can make your own oven. I've done it before. So, okay. Mine's not as long as Susanna's, but that's mine.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Tiger. What was you going to say, David?
I was going to say that In Connecticut, whenever we had a bad snowstorm that knocked out power, we would cook some things on the stove because we had a wood stove, and we would also have to we had to manually light the actual stove with the lighter.
Yeah.
My whole thing is that people need to practice what they might have to do someday in this future. Because I promise you, you don't want to be here. I get so impassioned. I'm sorry.
No.
You don't want to be here in the future with no electric, no friggin' gas, no nothing that you're used to cooking on. And now you got to make a family meal.
Absolutely.
You already have learned how to do that.
Well,
And,
I mean, we say
I mean,
it
I have
time
books,
and time
but
again.
I have books because I learned that way. So,
Right.
We say it time and time again. Practice with your preps.
right.
You know?
Practice what you think your life might be like in the future. That's what you need to practice.
Right, Tiger.
Absolutely.
And there are still people who don't know that there are some things that you can directly cook on the coals.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, and aluminum
Like
foil and stuff. Wrap that stuff up, throw it in there.
Absolutely. What
I'm
was you
just
going to say,
saying,
David?
people are going to be. Sorry, David.
Oh yeah, what Susanna was saying about, so if you can cook directly on coals, I was saying pizza is one of them.
Yeah.
People don't understand that if they don't learn how to do this now, you might starve in 6 months. That's the way this economy is going.
Absolutely.
I mean, God, I hope not, but people better learn what the fuck they want to do. Okay.
All right. I reckon that's my cue.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we're coming up on traditional hurricane season. Traditionally, it actually does not start till the first week of June, but the last couple of years it has, and which is Mother Nature. You cannot predict when Mother Nature is on strike. I don't care what nobody says. So I do live in a hurricane prone area. We do not get hurricanes every year, but we get at least a tropical storm every year. Because to my east, I live 2 hours away from the coast. To my southwest, I live 6 hours away from the coast. So I figured I would share my hurricane tote with you guys, being, like I said, it's coming up on hurricane season. Of course, like I told y'all the other day, I do live in a mobile home. So, you know, if it's pretty powerful, we are going to have to, get out of Dodge. We've had to do it in the past with Hurricane Ida. That wasn't but just a couple of years ago. And instead of staying in our home, as a matter of fact, I worked the night that it was supposed to be coming in. I was working in a local pizza place, and we normally closed at 10 o'clock at night. And the whole day, the owner had been telling us, we're going to get y'all out of here early tonight. That way y'all can get home, get where y'all need to go, and whatnot. So luckily, the place where I worked was right up the street from my church. And I'd already made, arrangements to stay at the church during the hurricane. Well, it rolled in as a cat too. And so my mom's side of the family and I were at the church, as well as some of the other church members. Luckily, we did not lose power at the church, but right up the street where I worked at did lose power. Some of the surrounding places lost power, but the church did not. So that kind of makes you wonder, right? We did lose power at the house, but like I said, depending on how strong it is, living in a mobile home, we will evacuate. We do have secondary place to go, which is stronger. It's a local motel that my best friend and I have both worked at in the past. So, but all right, this is the tote that will be going with us. Let me put myself on big screen and I'll walk y'all through it. Ooh, that's blurry. Okay. First, foremost, light. You have the traditional, front end light, and you also have a lantern light. Got 2 flashlights in here that does this the exact same way. Got them from the Dollar Tree. This is going to be fun to go through. All right. Toothbrushes. Dental care is an absolute must, no matter what the situation. And of course, I have toothpaste up in here somewhere too. I have 2 things of Q-tips, multi-uses. You can use it for the traditional way, for medical, for cleaning your ears. And if you absolutely have to, you can use them to light a candle. So, all right, David, take your time, hon. I have 2 packs of those, plus some in the medical kit that will be going with us. Once again, dental hygiene, toothpicks. Also has the dental floss up in the middle there. Never know when you need to pick your teeth, right? And if you have small kids, always make sure you pack them something that, will keep them entertained. Color books and crayons. We have a 3-year-old in the house. I have 2 boxes of these. They are the emergency candles. Dollar Tree. I think I paid $1 for these. It was before, they went to the dollar quarter system. And in case you do have water, soap. And this is the Dial soap. Of course, we know Dial soap is antibacterial, and you definitely want to make sure you stay clean. Ready wipes, antibacterial hand wipes. You can clean it. You can use it for cleaning. It serves multiple purposes. Personally, I would not use these to clean myself with. But that's just me. And y'all heard me talk about taking the medical kit that I have in the tackle box. But of course, you always want backups. So, some of the larger Band-Aids. Of course, if you got candles, you're going to need your matches. And my backup for that, Zippo lighter. I also have the lighter fluid as well. For the flashlights, of course, you got to have batteries. You never know what you need batteries for. I have AA and single A. Or triple A, not single A. Lord help me. Pain relief balm. You can get it at the Dollar Tree if you're prepping on a budget. All right. In the event that you do not have water and you cannot use shampoo, you cannot use soap, dry shampoo. It works. So, here's another. I have 2 of these as well. These are I can't remember how many hours, but they burn for quite a while. And this doesn't have to be just for storms. It can be in the event that your power goes out. Even though I have this in my tackle box med kit, alcohol, multi-purposes. It can be used for med, it can be used for cleaning, a lot of other stuff. But do not drink it. I don't think that would taste very well. No, another that's in my medical kit, peroxide. And I know we're all sick to death of seeing this after what we went through the last few years, but it is a must. Hand sanitizer. I have 2 bottles of it in this tote as well. Cold and flu medicine. I have daytime and nighttime, just in case. Welcome back, David.
Thanks. I also have, I do have a stockpile of hand soap and sanitizer from 2 years ago. But that's basically all I have in terms of prepping stuff.
Right. I have 2 tubes of toothpaste. Like I said, dental hygiene. Also with dental hygiene, mouthwash. Mouthwash actually has a lot of uses. Rubber gloves. Don't forget your gloves. Carmex. Also has a lot of uses. It can be used for chafing. It can be used for your lips and many other uses. Hairbrush. Need I say more? Hairbrush. Backups for backups. Triple antibiotic ointment. I also have in the med kit. And I have extras put in the tote. Because you never know how long you might be without power or whatnot. I wear eyeglasses. So does people in my home. So I always need the eye care kits. Always. And every redneck's favorite. Duct tape.
Oh.
Can't forget your duct tape. And
Sorry.
Of course I have Aleve, I have aspirin, Tylenol. Ouch. And of course, a big lighter. Can't forget your lighters. And I also have shampoo and conditioner. VO5, but hey, it works.
So, Peach,
Yes.
have you been in a hurricane?
I have. I've been in multiple.
Okay,
I
I
was
just wondered. I just wondered
Yeah.
I was
because
in a low hurricane.
I was in Katrina,
Oh, good Lord. Oh,
and I can tell you what we needed, what I wish we would have stocked up on. Number
mm-hmm,
one,
mm-hmm.
water. Because you know
Absolutely.
how long there was no water to drink forever.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, just a minute. Because and girl, your kit is amazing. I'm not saying nothing bad about it. I'm just adding to it.
Oh, I know.
Just so
I
you
know.
know. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
I'm not dogging you, lady.
Oh, I
Just
know.
a minute, my
I know.
God blessed phone.
And I mean, of course, that doesn't include food and water, but
Right.
it
Oh, I
will,
think
it will, it will if we have to evacuate. Where'd she go?
That was awesome, Pete.
Thank you. There she is.
sorry, my bad. I keep hitting that freaking back button.
You're good. Willowbug said plastic rolls or shower curtains. Absolutely.
Yes. But here's what I was gonna show you. Because in case y'all don't know, anywhere that is hurricane country, there are freaking bugs out the ass.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
here's one. You need this shit.
Hmm.
This takes care of ticks, mosquitoes, not that little fucking off bullshit. That shit don't work. You need this.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, this just hit a nerve with me because I lived through Katrina. It was
Mm.
horrendous. Horrendous. You need sanitation supplies. You better have yourself a porta potty, like your own, in a bucket, whatever.
All right.
You better have some freaking water that you can drink because the government might not be there for freaking days.
And
Absolutely.
I was never in a strong hurricane. It turned into a tropical storm, but for a hurricane like Katrina, I think you guys should also have inflatable like rafts that you can use.
Oh no, honey, they just died. My home, I had video at one point. I've moved too many times since then. But I had video at one point where my home dissolved into the friggin' Gulf of Mexico.
Mm.
So people better understand what they're getting into with the freaking hurricane. It doesn't matter that it's a 2 or a 3, it can still kill you. It depends on how long it sits on top of you.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying. This is really emotional for me.
Oh, I know. Ron said zip ties, max pads, or tampons too, along with toilet paper. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, tampons can be used as an absorbent if it is a little weak.
you totally need all your sanitary things. And people, if you have to leave a hurricane site, do not leave your freaking animals. They will
No.
die. They will drown. Okay, I'm done. I can't.
I'm sorry, Tiger.
Thank you, Tiger.
Thank you very much.
A hurricane is shit to live through. Okay, I'm good. That was
Bugs,
a bad
Tiger.
hurricane. That was so horrible. People don't understand. You don't know, even though it says it's a category 2 or it's a category 3, they literally went door to door and told us, you need to take this permanent marker and write your social security number on it so we can identify your body.
Oh my God. Oh no.
Okay, I'm better. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize.
I'm really emotional over hurricanes.
No, that's
Wow.
okay. You personally went through that yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
you have feelings that come along with that, and that's okay.
Absolutely.
People just don't understand just because they think, oh, it's only a category 2 or it's a category 3. It's okay. No, it might not be okay. You need to have these things in place. You need to have drinking water.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have sanitation. You're probably going to be walking everywhere because your vehicle is probably going to be up in a tree somewhere.
Oh.
So
And
I just want people to think about this kind of stuff. People who have not been through this do not know.
no. And I mean, what a lot of people don't realize is there's so many things that can go wrong with a hurricane. It can, like you said, it can set over on top of you and stall out, which
For
means
hours.
torrential flood. Yes, it means torrential flooding. Not to mention spawning tornadoes off of it. Down power lines, down trees. Like you said, your car wound up in the top of a tree or on top of a roof. And if that flood water goes to rising in your house, the only choice you have is to go up, and you can only go up so far.
Right, and then you have to pray that somebody comes and gets you on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what we ended up. Our home went into the Mississippi. We actually took video footage of it from our across the street neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
And we all ended up on their roof waiting for somebody to come get us because it was category 3. That's what I'm saying. People don't go by a category or anything else. You prepare for the worst freaking possible scenario. Always.
Exactly. And you're right, Ron. Same items are also good for tornado prepping.
Yes, sir. They are.
Willow bug said 100 or better wins. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, for the most part, what you see on the news that they cover with the hurricanes, yeah, it looks bad. But until you've seen the death and destruction firsthand, you honestly have no idea.
Exactly. 100%.
I
And
mean,
that stuff does never leave you. Never.
I mean, I've been through, well, they wasn't ever on the ground where I was, but I've had tornadoes come over the house that I was in. I've seen the destruction from a tornado. I'm terrified of tornadoes, but I would rather be in a tornado than I had a hurricane.
100%, Ron. Always have cash on hand. Not big bills, though. Don't do big bills. They'll gouge your ass.
Mm-hmm.
And hide the big bills within those dollar bills.
Oh, no, dude. I just don't do big bills. I get them broke down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have nothing in my wallet bigger than a 20 all day, every day.
Yep.
I mean, this is stuff that we need to talk about. Yes, we prep for, like super volcanoes erupting, earthquakes, economic collapse, war, but a lot of times we forget about, I don't call hurricanes small things because they're not. Hurricanes can cover hundreds of miles of destruction.
Yeah. They sure can.
It's Mother Nature, and those are some of the strongest, most deadliest things out there.
Yeah.
Is Mother Nature.
Same with tornadoes. Mm-hmm. Has anybody watched our news for the past 6 months? All of friggin', what was that? Oh my God, what's west of me? Tennessee?
Kentucky.
Oklahoma?
Kentucky.
No, Oklahoma is the other way.
West.
Kentucky, thank you. I knew it was one of them Hoosier states. I'm just saying. Not a bad thing. I'm just saying that's what they call them, Hoosier states.
Right.
Kentucky got decimated by tornadoes. And it wasn't even tornado season.
Mm-mm.
How would anybody here have liked to have been there and not had anything to back that shit up with? Not one, because if it was in your house, it's probably gone.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, and this shit ain't going away. Just so you know, I don't remember where I heard it from. I seriously do not. I know I heard it on YouTube on a trusted source. But this it could have been Ice Age Farmer. I'm not sure. This is the last year of outrageous hot weather. The last year. So guess what that means? Next year, it's going to be outrageous cold weather. How you growing your food? Do you know how?
Inside.
What are you growing? Do you know what crops grow in the cold? Oh, well, guess what? Rain might not be a big thing. I don't know. In the cool weather.
Mm.
So what are you going to do for water? I mean, y'all need to start thinking about this kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Pay attention to what the hell's going on in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Like here lately, in the southwest corner of our state, we've been having some fires. Pagosa Springs and up near Durango, they've been having fires. Yeah, so
I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Flying Ryan said straight line winds can be almost as bad as a tornado or worse if you consider it's a wider path.
Right. We actually had some of those in Missouri last week. They call them an F0 tornado. What the hell is that? An F0.
Right. And Ron said that he lives in Kentucky and they lost, he thinks 34 people was the total number.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Okay, so I looked it up. F0 is, I think it means less than 73 miles per hour in light damage.
Is an F0?
That's what it says.
To me, an F0 should not even be a number. It's like, that's just an excuse to not tell anybody anything's coming. Because nobody in this area that had an F0 going around got a warning. I don't know. People need to start taking responsibility for what the fuck's going on around them. That's all I can say. There is wind. There is friggin' storms. You don't even have to be in a tornado. Lightning can strike your shit and burn it to the ground. What are you gonna do?
Absolutely.
Thank God I haven't had that happen.
I was riding in an Uber once, and I believe that we were this close to being in a tornado because I saw something behind the trees, and then our car was pushed a little bit.
It probably was the beginning of one, or at least some really severe straight line winds.
Mm-hmm.
And it was bad lightning.
I've actually been, I mean, I was a little kid then. I've been in a tornado, but we were in the basement. It hopped over houses. We had some roof damage. It was scary to a child, which I was. But a hurricane all day, every day, no, I can't do that again, ever. That's why I'm back in Missouri and not down in the South.
All right. Ryan said 2 weeks ago they had 110 plus miles per hour wind come through, knock buildings down and trees and semis.
That's crazy, dude.
And Ron said he lives in north part of Kentucky. Amen, Ron. Thank God for that. Willow said if you can have a small fish pond, please do so. Can use to water plants, even fish tanks would be beneficial, or plant watering.
Oh, girl, I got a whole thing going on about that. I'll hook you up. We are going to build a pond on our property, but I'm also doing some hydroponic stuff here where we're at right now. And I have the plants growing, but once I get it all set up, I'll do a video on it.
Awesome.
Right.
That's something I would definitely like to get into.
Girl,
out
the
at my
thing is, you don't know what's going to go on with this world. You might have to grow hydroponically.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to grow in your house. Hopefully that the water hasn't been shut off or anything. But you might have to grow in your house so other people don't know what the hell you're growing.
Right.
And that's why I'm doing this. So I will. Once I start putting my plants out in it, I'll post it.
Awesome. Awesome. I know a ghost does it.
Yes,
and there's several more that do it. I know I watched somebody was talking about it. I can't remember who it was off the top of my head.
I don't know. Here's the thing, though. Post does. Post. What the fuck is post? Sorry, I have to talk to myself sometimes, too. Ghost does aquaponics, which has to do with the fish. I'm talking about hydroponics, which is just a water garden, hydro water. and which I add nutrients. But what Ghost is doing is way better. I'm not going to even dispute that. However, where I'm at right now, that is not a viable option for me.
Right. Hmm. Let's see, out at the backup location, we have a pond stocked full with fish.
Fish water is
And
great fertilizer, just so you know.
and right behind our pond, we have a creek that runs year round. You know, so, and it's on our property. So I'll definitely be looking into that. Maybe not the creek
Right.
option, but the pond option for sure.
Girl, you should. Everybody needs to look into every available option they have right now
Yes.
and learn everything about it, because you don't know when you're going to have another chance.
Mm-mm. Nope. Not at all. And, you know, they ramping up the talks about Taiwan again. And, you know, all kinds of things. And I don't remember there being so much talk about Walter Alpha Romeo in my lifetime. And I'm 43 years old. Not all at once like this. Fawn said they tried putting koi in their little backyard pond and the damn raccoons kept getting to them. Oh, no. We have channel catfish in our pond.
Girl, you need to get some dogs to eat them raccoons. That's what.
Mm-hmm. The only things we have to worry about with our pond is the moccasins and the alligators.
Oh, I won't have
Alligators
to
make
worry about
for good.
alligators. We are going to build a pond on our property.
Mm.
Girl, right now, you heard me say earlier, take one step forward, 30 steps back. We trying.
Yes.
Between vehicle
Absolutely.
problems and life in general, we're working on it. We're going to have a pond, though. And
Ponds
we
is
have
good things
our
to have.
community, where our community is, they are all ready to help us. Jesus Christ, we just got to freaking get down there.
Right.
It's like, I hate my Jeep right now. I don't really. I love my Jeep, but this bitch is hating on me. But we'll get it. It's all right. Listen, y'all, don't give up. Just because something breaks down or fucking messes your world up, you just got to recenter yourself and keep plugging away. I promise you it'll happen.
Absolutely. And you know, something that we don't talk about very much is, you know, shift goes down, whether it be a storm or, you know, on a worldwide scale or just even a country-wide scale. We need something to keep our morale up, whether it's games or books to read or a musical instrument. You know? So make sure you go to these thrift stores. You can find games, you can find puzzles, you can find books, and sometimes you can even find musical instruments.
Like old
Yeah, I was going to say I have everything but musical instruments.
I've seen old pianos. It's just I don't have the space for it.
Right.
I'm gonna hire David to come down here and keep my morale up.
Hey, I'll come down. I'll come down anytime.
Right. But yeah, and Vaughn, live traps are good. Hey, Vaughn Eric, how are you,
Hey,
hon?
Vaughn.
Hello,
But,
Vaughn.
but yeah, live traps are very, very good. You can trap not only those pesky raccoons, but you can trap rabbits, all kinds of things in them.
Thing is, someday you're gonna be wanting to eat that raccoon
Mm-hmm.
or that possum. Which I'm just saying. I don't want to. That's why I raise cows and pigs and chickens, just so y'all know. But
Absolutely.
what if I have to? I promise you, if I've been starving for a couple of months and a possum rolls up in my shit, I'm gonna eat that bitch. I hope it tastes good.
Hey,
I
you
don't
can make
think
anything
so.
taste good.
The one thing I will not eat is an armadillo because them bitches carry leprosy. Hell the fuck no.
We
Will
have
not
eaten
eat
them.
one. But I'll eat. I promise you, if I'm starving, I'll eat a raccoon. I'll eat a possum, a groundhog, a beaver. I ain't eating no fucking. I am not eating no fucking goddamn armadillo. Don't laugh at me, Peach. I mean it.
No, Susanna made me laugh because both our minds went to the same place.
When you said beaver, Tiger, we couldn't help
Oh,
it.
hell no. I knew it. Step back. I need your beaver.
We know what you meant.
I knew I shouldn't have said beaver. Y'all some haters. Y'all some haters. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright.
I'm sorry, Tiger.
Guess what?
And
Y'all ain't eating no fucking tiger either.
no, I couldn't bring myself to eat a tiger. And it's not because I think they would taste bad.
You shouldn't eat a tiger. I might eat you back.
Well, of course I wouldn't eat you, even though you had me eating, cooking Kelly last night.
No, I did not. My phone did. Okay, we already settled that dispute. Oh my god. Oh. What did Spotted Fawn trap 8 of?
Raccoons.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think.
And do they taste good? Spotted Fawn, did you eat them?
Well, I know there's people here where I live at that eat them. Even though they can afford steak and stuff like that, they still eat
Girl,
raccoons.
my brother keeps telling me, you know what? If you don't do this and this and this, you're not going to survive. Bitch, that's why I raise cows.
Right.
That's what
Vaughn
I
said,
tell them. That's why I raise cows and hogs and chickens.
Fawn said they don't eat them.
Thank you. See?
And I'm sitting here like,
I'm going to slap my brother. I'm going to tell him Spotted Fawn said I should. Don't worry, he'll slap me back.
Hey, Von Erich said, if a possum run up near me or a raccoon, I will be in the grave the next day going to see the Lord.
Dude, it ain't that serious.
No lie. I was
Oh my God, I'm about to die.
I
It
was
is
about
not that
7, 8.
serious, Von Eric.
I was about 7, 8 years old, and my dad was working at the mill that he worked for 32 years, I think it was. And him and a bunch of the guys from up there, and you got to keep in mind it was the weekend of 4th of July.
Okay.
But they decided they wanted to go seining. They left work that afternoon and they struck out for down to Brunswick to Jekyll Island to go seining.
All right.
So Mama and one of my daddy's friends' wives loaded all us kids up, and we went on down there. They decided we'd spend the night and stay all day the next day at the beach and watch the fireworks, for the 4th, and then come back home. Well, of course, the women packed up coolers, with sandwich meat and drinks. Right. Of course, the alcoholic beverages and whatnot. And we got down there, and of course, they have, concrete picnic tables. And we just got through eating, and us kids was running around, and my mom was sitting there, and there was a whole loaf and a piece of a loaf of bread sitting on the top of the table.
Awesome.
And all of a sudden, my mama starts screaming at the top of her lungs. And y'all have to remember, my mama was not a girly girl. She was not a sissy. Well, one of these big red raccoons got up there on the table. And it didn't grab the piece of loaf of bread. It grabbed the whole loaf of bread.
Oh, shit.
And hauled ass.
See, I would chase that bitch down. Girl, listen, I was at work one night, and one of the places I used to work at is it's not the country, but off of the city, it's the country. So we was all sitting, this is back when I smoked cigarettes. So we was all sitting outside smoking cigs, and here comes this friggin' raccoon. And these bitches that I work with are freaking the fuck out. They're like, oh no, we gotta go in. I'm like, it's a fucking raccoon. Oh no, it's a raccoon. Unless it has rabies, you're good. If it has rabies, guess what? You're gonna die. It's all right.
Right.
City and county people don't know what the fuck's going on.
No.
For the most part. I'm not saying everybody. Some people are awake, but they don't pay attention. Really, this raccoon was just walking up the hill because it's seen a light on and thought maybe there was food.
Right.
So, yeah.
One thing we have to worry about out at my backup location is coyotes.
Oh, I love coyotes.
And them things are not scared of people. Not out there. They will come right up to your house. And I'm like, hey, pretty puppy, you stay over there and I'll stay over here. But when my kids were younger, that was my biggest fear because they both love animals. And I was worried that, they'd see a coyote and think it was a dog.
Right.
So, we had to go through the whole what animals you can touch and what animals you can't touch. But that's part of growing up in the country.
Hmm.
Now I love coyotes and I love wolves, but if they on my land messing with my shit, they might have to die.
Right? My daddy almost shot his pinky toe off one time trying to deal with a black panther.
Oh hell no.
Oh yeah,
It,
and they're really elusive too.
yes.
They are. We actually officially, I'm gonna say,
Mm-hmm.
officially, where my off-grid property is, there are no confirmed sightings of Black Panthers. However, those of us who have lived in the either where the rest of society doesn't live, we've seen them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're there. They just choose not to admit that they're there, which is stupid because you need to let people know how they need to take care of themselves. But that's okay. Whatever floats your boat. That just leaves one less person I got to deal with.
Right. And
I mean, my whole
go ahead.
thing is I'm so tired of people following whatever rhetoric is going on. Like, that's okay. You follow this shit because now you're one less person I have to deal with.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And I'm a
I have
bitch that way.
But
Do what, David?
I have extended family that will not change their opinions on the people we have in office, and they follow everything that they see on the news and believe it.
Mm-hmm. I have an uncle
That's
that's
what
that way.
people do.
And
Yeah, I know quite a few people.
Yeah, we've actually had people where I live now. Well, not where I live, but where my property is. Who's like, oh, there's no panthers or mountain lions out here, blah, blah, blah. And people are like, oh, okay. Well, fine, bitch. When you die from one, peace to you. I'll pray over
Right.
your soul.
Have you ever heard one holler?
Which one, a panther or a mountain lion?
Panther.
A panther is like a woman screaming her fucking guts out like she's dying.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yep.
And a cougar is like a baby crying.
Mm. And I'm talking about it'll send a chill completely all over your body.
Yes, it will.
With that said, do you think that certain animals like that make themselves known when there's spiritual or alien activity in the area?
I
I don't know. We have a lot of animals here. If you go, it depends on where you are in the state, but we have a lot of wildlife here. And where our mountain home is now, which is about ready to be sold here pretty soon, because we're buying another property. There's mountain lion, we have mountain goats, we have deer, we have bears. Which is why I have bear spray. I mean, you learn when you grow up in these areas, you learn a lot about the animals. You also learn to use them to your advantage if you needed to. So there are different sides of the coins here. I would I would think that people would want to learn more about some of these animals because you never know, even with some of these things we were talking about, like with the natural disasters and things like that. Not only do people get displaced to certain areas because of
So
those
the
things
animals.
happening, yeah, so do the animals. Because
Yeah.
when fires and things happen, that's when you start seeing them go more towards the population because
Yes,
they've lost
ma'am.
their homes.
Right.
Yep.
And to see what I call an exodus before a fire, oh my God. Because I've seen it. Because I live about 45 minutes away
Yeah,
from
I really
Okefenokee
haven't because I
Swamp.
don't live in that kind of country.
Hmm. And nobody ever thinks about, well, these things happen, but most major cities have zoos. What are you going to do when the monkeys and the lions and everything escapes?
Oh my God, Suzanne, I've thought that for like months now. I'm
Hmm.
glad somebody else said it. That's the
I was
truth.
thinking before, what about when all the aquariums collapse and the animals that are on the higher level escape?
If the aquariums collapse and if they're not built off of a major waterway, they're going to die.
Yep.
That's not even a thing. They will die.
Fawn said you're right, Suzanne. I believe there was an old man that got eaten by a gator during one of the hurricanes.
Right. Girl, I'm sure there's been more than one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
we have Gatorland here, and
What
there's
people don't understand is that wildlife, guess what? Most of what we're trying to take over on, I mean, not me, because I live in the city and where my property is, it's not like a wildlife reserve. But people don't understand. There are wild animals that live in this world,
Hmm.
and killing them off is not the answer. There is a reason why they're there. That's why, as much as I hate spiders, and y'all heard me how I feel about spiders.
Hmm.
If I'm outside and I see a spider, like I have one on my front window right now outside my house, but I won't kill it because it's outside and it serves a purpose. Everything on this planet serves a purpose. And people need to fucking get off their shit like they're the biggest thing. If you kill all the animals, all the insects, all the reptiles, we're going to die too.
Yep.
What the fuck is wrong with people that they think they're that great?
Yep.
That is not the way this world works. That is not the way God set up this planet to work.
Not at all.
And
That's
I'm
why.
being a bitch,
That's
and
why.
I'm sorry. I should shut up.
No. That's
No,
why
you.
that's why I crack up at the people. I mean, there are people who moved here, they literally moved here into certain areas, not the cities. I'm talking about the people who moved into the mountains without, and then they call into some of these shows and they're like, well, I can't for the life of me understand why the animals are all around here. Well, because you moved where all the
Because you
animals
moved
are.
into where they are. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
and then they're trying to get rid of them, and it's like, no, they've been there forever. That's their home. That's where they live. If you can't learn to cohabitate with them and know what to do and what not to do, that's your problem, not the animal's problem.
My whole
Exactly.
thing is, I promise you, I do not like mice. I do not like rats. I do not like several types of bugs, which they don't freak me out. I hate the fuck out of spiders.
I know,
And
I
snakes
know, I
are not
get
my
it. I
favorite
get it.
thing. But
That
I'm
is
not
one of
trying to kill none of them.
that is one of the things that I think I would not eat, because I've seen, I've seen those videos and stuff where even kids, they live in certain countries or whatever, and it's their daily life. They'll go somewhere, play around in the creek, whatever, and then on their way home, they pull off to the side of the road. They're eating, and they throw a couple of tarantulas in this thing and cinch
Oh,
off
fuck no.
yeah, and they're
Hell
eating,
the
and
fuck no.
that's their like,
Girl,
I don't know,
no.
lunch or whatever. And it's like, well, I would never do that. I couldn't bring myself to do it. It's just, to
No.
me,
Mm-mm.
I'm
you know,
sorry, Peach,
but
but hell
there
the
are
Nope.
some
fuck
places that do
no.
that. Yeah, and there are some
I'm not
places that,
doing that. I'd
yeah,
rather
I'm
die.
I couldn't do that either. But there
I'm
are some
pretty sure I
places
would
that do
die
that.
from just the thought.
Right.
Just like you can go to the museums and you can buy your kids or you, whatever, candy that has scorpions and
Uh-uh.
stuff in it, and it's like, I remember being young and looking at that and going, people really eat that? You could really eat that? And yeah, people really eat those things.
I
I'm
used to
sure
think
they
that
do,
too.
but guess what? That's not me. I'm good. I'm good.
I always wondered why they had them as prizes in the
That's
game.
why I prep.
Oh, yeah, I had a teacher one time who she was one of my science teachers, and she was not one of the best teachers I had either, but it was in high school. But anyway, she uh, you know a lot of her class was failing because, well, I don't even know that she taught me anything, but at the end of the school year, that's what she did. She gave people credit to go, if you ate these crickets and grasshoppers or whatever, she would pass you. And I was like,
Oh,
nope, no, I'm not
Honey, I'm
doing it.
flunking today. All day. I'm flunking. I'm good with
right.
that.
Mm-mm.
And
That's
I promise you my ass graduated on the honor roll. But I sure the fuck would have flunked.
I never made on a roll, but yeah. No.
Girl, I was a
Hey,
nerd. I
hey, the
totally
fun.
was a nerd. Like I was all into the books, and I was not a jock by any stretch of the imagination. I promise you. We're talking the 80s, early 80s. I was not a
Mm,
jock. I was total nerd. Like the jocks came to me so they didn't flunk. But
right.
I don't care. If I was flunking,
Hmm. Yeah.
I would have flunked. They would have, I literally, girl, okay, here's the problem between nerds and, okay, we're gonna say borderline nerds, because me and my friends, none of us were stupid. We were all book smart. Like we learned what we had to learn, but we were done dealing with stupid shit. So
Mm,
we were skipping school. And my principal called me. My 12th grade principal, called me to his office in my 12th year, about halfway through. Oh, well, I promise you, I skipped a lot of school.
mm,
Miss, my last name was McDaniel at that time. Miss McDaniel, what would happen if I was your employer and you missed this much work? I said, oh, hell no, you'd have fired me a long time ago. Because I guess he thought I was an idiot. But bitch, I ain't an idiot. I know. He's like, okay, well, why have you missed this much days? I said, oh, I'm sick a lot. Okay, here's the sick a lot thing, just so you know. I have to fill you in. I had a friend who was in an accident, and her doctor gave her a bunch of signed blank excuses, which, being intelligent students that we were, we photocopied.
Heck yeah.
So, we had doctor's excuses, but whatever. He's like, okay, well, you've been sick this much. Well, why haven't you been to the doctor? I said, dude, my parents are poor. They cannot afford that shit. We can't afford to go to the doctor every time I have a problem with my fucking medical shit. He's like, okay. He's like, well, I'm not sure we're going to be able to pass you or graduate you. Blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, that's fine. Don't. I will not be here next year because I've earned my credits already. I don't care about your policy about attendance. So you can not graduate me. I will not be here next year. You do what you got to do. I'll do what I got to do. Guess what? I walked across that stage. Bitch.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
But did I play the system all day, every day?
Heck yeah. All right, I'm going to go ahead and kill the stream. Oh, hang on. I'm coming back. I hit the wrong button.
Okay. Oh, well. She just died. I guess she did hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you weren't echoing today.
I'm sorry I'm so pushy, guys. It's a thing. I'm a little mouthy, just so y'all know.
We
There's
love you,
me.
Tiger.
But I'm gonna go ahead and kill the stream. If y'all want to hang around and BS backstage, we'll sit backstage for a while.
All
Right, guys in chat, I love y'all. Thanks for hanging in with us tonight. I
Love
will
you,
be taking
Von Eric.
absolutely. You're
Thank you
good.
all
I
for
will.
coming.
That's right.
Did I mention I
Oh,
had a loud mouth?
you good, Tiger. You're good. I will be taking tomorrow night off, but I will be back Friday at 7, my usual time with the news.
Cool,
And
I'll
if
be at
anybody,
work, but hey.
right? But I love you guys. Y'all keep y'all's heads on a swivel. Y'all stay prepped up and stay prayed up. And I'll see y'all Friday.
I love
Love
the
y'all.
chat. Love chat. Hey, guys.